Your gift will make room for you. There is a gift or talent in every person that the world will make room for. It is your gift that will open doors for you, and it is your gift that creates your own unique fingerprint. So, the next time you're reluctant to demonstrate that gift, remember, your gift will make room for you. So, stop small up yourself. Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Audrey Williams. Today, you will learn the different career opportunities that are available and how an institution is preparing its students for a successful future. All this and more when we return. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the news.
If between January 1 and December 31, you are a parliamentarian or public official in receipt of total emoluments of $3.5 million or above, or you are appointed or perform the functions of a position listed in the Jamaica Gazette, December 14, 2022, regarding the Integrity Commission Act, you are required to file a statutory declaration of assets, liabilities, and income as at December 31. What to file? You are required to declare all balances and interest in all assets, liabilities, and income received by you, your spouse, and children below the age of 18, whether living in Jamaica or abroad. It should be noted that a person who knowingly makes a false statement in a statutory declaration may be liable to a fine not exceeding $2 million or to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years. The Integrity Commission has implemented its zero-tolerance policy. All declarants are to submit all outstanding statutory declarations. Failure to submit a statutory declaration may attract a fine of not exceeding $500,000 or to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 6 months. The Integrity Commission has decentralized the collection of statutory declarations. Submit your statutory declarations for the previous calendar year securely within your organization on or before March 31 of the following year. Here's how. Firstly, complete your statutory declaration. Ensure you have entered the correct as-at date, for example, December 31, 2022. NA or C attached is never an appropriate response. Use none and list all required balances. Copy or print additional pages where necessary. Ensure all the sections are signed. A justice of the peace is required to validate your signature by signing, entering the date, location, and affixing their embossed seal. Attach the relevant supporting documents. ATM printouts are not accepted. You then proceed to your in-house collection point. Collect a statutory declaration envelope and security seal. Place the required information on the statutory declaration envelope, seal the envelope, and affix the security seal. Deposit the secure envelope in the Integrity Commission branded collection container or with your designated officer on or before March 31. Finally, enter your name and date of submission on the Integrity Commission log sheet. The designated officer should deposit the white copy of the log sheet in the collection container on April 1. Retain the yellow copy for the files and facilitate the submission of the collection container to the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission will register your statutory declaration and send you a receipt by email on or before May 13. After submission, the statutory declaration is examined for due completion and accuracy. Where the Integrity Commission is satisfied that the statutory declaration has been duly completed, certification is done and an advisory issued to the declarant. Submit your statutory declaration completely and accurately and get on the path to certification. For more information, visit our office on the 4th floor of the Sagicor Sigma building at 63 to 67 Knutsford Boulevard, Kingston 5, or give us a call at 876-968-6227 or 876-960-0470.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 24, 2023. The newly named 12-member Constitutional Reform Committee will hold its first meeting next week. The team has been put in place to ensure Jamaica's smooth transition to a republic. The members were announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness at a press briefing on Wednesday. He explained that their job would involve reviewing the work that has already been done and taking from it what is relevant to today's circumstance, providing advice and guidance for the overall process.
There may be the view that it is a straightforward and simple task of just changing the name of the country from that of a constitutional monarch to a republic. That is not the case. There are many legal steps that we have to go through, and there is the matter of a referendum, the outcome of which no one can predict.
The Constitutional Reform Committee is being co-chaired by Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahou-Forte and Ambassador Rocky Mead. Other members include Attorney General Dr. Derek McCoy, President of the Senate Tom Tavares Finson, and Senators Ransford Braham and Donna Scott Motley. Also serving are Member of Parliament Anthony Hilton, experts on constitutional affairs Professor Richard Albert and Dr. Lloyd Barnett, as well as consultant counsel Hugh Small. The committee is also comprised of Dr. David Henry, representing the Faith-Based Society, Dr. Nadine Spence for Civil Society, Youth Advisor Sir J. Boswell, and Chair of the National Committee on Reparations, Lalita Davis Mattis. Christopher Harper will serve as the liaison officer.
Their job is significant, and I thank all of them for giving of their time and effort, knowledge and guidance to the process. I am confident that we will be able to meet the ambitious timelines that have been set, and that we will make one step further in redefining who we are as a country and as a sovereign people.
Minister Marlene Malahou-Forte says that in a meeting held just before Wednesday's press briefing, the committee settled on the terms of reference for its work with an extremely ambitious timeline.
I'm grateful that all committee members have committed to working to achieving the goals along the way. I commit to keeping the nation abreast, not only through media engagement, but also with statements in the Parliament.
The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is reporting that hundreds of small business operators have registered with its digital currency Jamdex, while a pilot project involving government payment was successfully done. This is according to Divisional Chief of Financial Markets Infrastructure at the Central Bank, Dr. Novlet Panton, who was addressing a virtual forum organized by the Ministry of Justice for Justices of the Peace on Wednesday. She says that as at February 18, 90 small merchants and 4,500 micro merchants were with the digital wallet Link. Dr. Panton adds that in December, Jamdex facilitated the first government payment using the system for 72 persons and 70 merchants with transactions valued at over $600,000. She says barbers and hairdressers, fruit vendors, persons in entertainment, car wash operators, taxi drivers, and other persons are using the system. Jamdex is easier and simpler to obtain than a regular bank account, while allowing for the transfer of funds from regular bank accounts to digital wallets. Customers are able to top up their wallet with Jamdex through all authorized agents or smart ABMs and do business phone to phone with merchants, friends and family, online or offline. These digital wallets require a password or code to be accessed. Currently, the National Commercial Bank offers Jamdex through Link, its digital wallet. Other wallet providers are expected to come on board later this year. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Dr. Nigel Clark recently announced that the first 10,000 merchants who get on board by April 1, 2023 will receive $25,000 of Jamdex upon registration and onboarding. Government will be renovating the National Library of Jamaica, NLJ, as a Jamaica 60 Legacy Project. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange made the disclosure earlier this week. She says the aim is to establish a purpose-built facility.
The building will be retrofitted with multiple research writing rooms, a business hub, a community theater, and garden space, all surrounding the highly secured treasure troves of the National Collection.
The minister was speaking at a World Poetry Day Jamaica 60 celebration held on Tuesday at the Little Theatre. She praised the work of the NLJ in promoting Jamaican poetry at home and abroad.
Through its efforts, the National Library of Jamaica continues to dispel the notion that in the age of technology, libraries are becoming obsolete. That's not true. Jamaica's literary heritage has come alive through poet laureate programs such as the Jamaica Poetry Archive, poet laureate panels, poetry grants and prizes, schools, education tours, and various forms of social media engagements.
The World Poetry Day event featured various Poet Laureate prizes for poetry. There was also a Poet Laureate panel discussion titled Writing Jamaica. And finally, the Ministry of Education and Youth has designated March 26 to 31, 2023 as National Mathematics Week. The week will be celebrated under the theme, Reigniting the Maths Flame. Light up our world. National Mathematics Coordinator Dr. Tamika Benjamin says it is being promoted to improve attitudes and the culture in Jamaica towards mathematics teaching and learning.
We believe that that is a significant part of the barrier we need to break down to improve student performance in mathematics across all levels of the education system.
Dr. Benjamin was speaking at a JIS think tank on Wednesday. The return to face-to-face National Mathematics Week celebrations will include a variety of activities in which both youth and parents can participate. They begin on March 26 with a church service at the Clifton New Testament Church of God on Mannings Hill Road. Other activities include the 2023 Mathematics Teacher of the Year competition on March 27 and a national panel discussion on the 28th. A parent session is planned for March 29 on the Education Ministry's YouTube and Facebook pages, and on Friday, March 31, the University of the West Indies will host the launch of a STEM Innovation Village.
We are hopeful that as our students and teachers continue to engage the wide range of activities that will be facilitated, particularly through the regional expos, that they will begin to have different experiences with the subject that will change their own mindset and put them on a trajectory to what we know is the success that they can have.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Unsure of when you should apply for your NHT contributions refund? This is your reminder. The National Housing Trust, NHT, is now accepting refund applications for contributions made in 2015. Here is what you need to know. Eligible contributors must apply online. Customers may apply for their refund via NHT's website at nht.gov.jm or through its mobile app, NHT Mobile. The NHT has extended the cash refund granted to eligible public sector workers for 2023. For more information, you may visit their website, nht.gov.jm, send an email to wecare@nht.gov.jm or call 876-929-6500 or 888-225-5648. The National Housing Trust, the key to your home.
The following is an excerpt from the 2023-2024 budget presentation by Prime Minister the Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
We cannot overemphasize the vital role that energy plays in growth and socio-economic development, and we must increase our resilience and ability to withstand shocks through careful policy approaches. In 2022, the electric vehicle strategic framework, as well as governing fiscal policy, was approved by Cabinet, and the order governing importation of electric vehicles was issued. However, it restricted the importation to only cars and SUVs. The government will be removing that restriction to include a wider range, including electric motorbikes. Madam Speaker, our commitment also spans support to the public transport sector. Madam Speaker, Jamaica has increased its energy its renewable energy more than fourfolds, from 3% in 2015. The government is finalizing the Integrated Resource Plan 2 that will outline the roadmap for achieving 50% renewables by 2030. So IRP 2 has outlined another 2,050 megawatts of potential renewable resources island-wide, and considers wind, hydro, solar, and battery energy storage systems as the most cost-efficient options to achieve 50% by 2030. Under this new integrated resource plan, we will not be approving any more fossil fuel-based electricity generation. For developing nations such as Jamaica, the issue of climate change is a particularly relevant one. Small island developing states like Jamaica have limited impact on driving the rate of climate change. We are, however, the ones most at risk and bearing the brunt of the crisis. The fact that 70% of Jamaica's population lives within 5 kilometers of the sea highlights the great risk we face from sea level rise. The current drought and the exponential increase in fire should make it self-evident that we are already experiencing the impacts of climate change. Jamaica is not sitting by idly. We are strategically addressing our inherent vulnerabilities with the appropriate focus on building resilience while honoring our moral obligation to reduce our emissions. The next phase of Jamaica's development must be designed through the climate lens and must include a macroeconomic strategy that builds resilience in all facets of national life and to adapt to this existential threat. We have designed an analytic and predictive tool to assist in decision-making around climate-resilient infrastructure investment. Jamaica is the first country globally to use this systemic risk assessment tool, or we call it JSART, to evaluate the strength of infrastructure as it relates to climate events. Madam Speaker, earlier in the fiscal year, we announced the development of a bushfire warning index and management system to monitor areas prone to wildfires. This digital platform will provide the necessary information to update communities and emergency responders on the threat of fires. The use of a common alerting protocol and continuous public education are vital elements in the fight against bushfires.
Hey boy, move out of my way, man. May I go get my lunch before you, Both of them at the front of the line.
Yes, there are times when other students will try to get you out of your peaceful state. They will say something that will trigger you. They will cut in front of the line at lunch or wherever you are, and that will get you upset. But remember, you have control over your reaction to what happens to you. You have no control over what other people will do. Peace Day in schools must act as a conduit to inspire young people to become the driving force behind the vision for a united and sustainable Jamaica. Teaching our children about peace isn't just talking about war and conflict. Peace is about kindness, fairness, inner peace, respect for the environment, and so much more. Thoughts, words, gestures of unanimity create a mentality and a culture of peace and a respectful, honest, and cordial atmosphere. No place more that we'd like to see peace than in our schools.
People dying, if we care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me.
What you want or desire to do is your passion. Your gift is what you've been designed to do. Knowing the difference will put you on the right track when it comes to choosing a career. So, come with me as we look at how one institution gives its students a first-hand view into various career paths by connecting their classroom learning to the real world.
I've always wanted to be a doctor since I can remember, but starting my own business doesn't seem like such a bad idea either. If only I could know more about how to get started, or even better, other options to choose.
Hi, I'm Nero Christian, principal of Angels Primary School. Career Day is one of the most important days that we get an opportunity to step outside of the classroom, outside of the regular subjects, to show the students what is possible as they look towards the future. 10 years from now, many of these youngsters will be entering the world of work, and Career Day shows them some of the options they have to be productive Jamaican citizens.
I can be anything I want to be.
In addition to the traditional professions, your teachers, your lawyers, your doctors, we now are utilizing the resources in our audiovisual department to show students how they can become bloggers professionally, how they can become programmers through coding, how they can become entrepreneurs where they develop their own ideas and skills as they enter the world of work.
So my job at heart is that I am a carpenter / furniture maker. And we're going to talk about the tilers, the steel fixers, the masoners, the carpenters, the block layers, and the architects in general, and how it is that we promote and encourage nation building within Jamaica.
It is important to go with the time, and it is important that they use their hands, skills, so that they too can become the entrepreneurs of tomorrow.
Some of our best career option, and I would look at the builder, because you know we always need houses to live in. So when you go into building houses, you are doing a great thing for our society. Also, we would look at the doctors, because you know persons get sick every day. We look at the nurses. We also look at the teachers, the firemen, the soldiers. They are excellent career choice because you will be serving your nation.
As a student, I am filled with lots of possibilities, and I am promised to be anything I set my mind to be.
I love Career Day at my school because I can get to see other careers.
And they would walk up to you and say, "Miss, when I grow up, I am going to be a doctor." And it warms your heart because you will say in a few years, "I taught that child at grade 2 or at grade 3.
When you see Angels Primary students in the high school, you can bet 9 out of 10 times they are your future leaders.
Anelia? Anelia? Anelia?
Hi, and welcome to OPM Connect. I'm Naomi Francis. We're back to keep you up to date on the activities of the Prime Minister and your government. For the upcoming shows, we'll break down the Prime Minister's 2023 budget presentation. What does it mean for you, and how will it impact and improve your life? Well, ahead of the show, let's recap some of the measures announced by the Prime Minister in his contribution to the 2023 budget debate.
We are pleased to announce that starting June 1, 2023, the national minimum wage will increase from 9,000 per 40-hour week to 13,000 per 40-hour week. This represents a 44% increase. The old age, widower, and invalidity pensions and all other benefits payable under the National Insurance Scheme will be increased. Effective April 1, 2023, the flat rate for the minimum weekly pension will be raised by 74%.
The speech had something for everyone, from the single mother to the youth wanting a skill, to transport operators, those feeling the effects of the drought, and more. It's all part of the government's move to ensure improvements in the macroeconomy enhance the lives of every Jamaican. This week, we speak with two financial analysts, Dr. Adrian Stokes and Dennis Chung, who will explain the impact of the minimum wage increase and the increase in NIS pension benefits.
Issue of the minimum wage is particularly important, and that will be felt by the average man on the ground. If you think about it, inflation has been a significant feature of the world economy over the last couple of years. People have lost purchasing power. The move to increase the minimum wage will restore some of that purchasing power. The persons who earn minimum wage tend to have a high propensity to consume. In other words, they spend most of their income. What that means is that the move to increase the minimum wage will actually be stimulative to the overall economy. So that is definitely a good thing, and overall it will be a good thing for the economy as well.
Pensioners, you need to give them more money, right? They need to have more spending power, because if you don't give them that money that they can spend, then you're going to be dealing with it in path and that sort of thing, right? So giving more money to the pensioners, I think, is critical, because you have people who, you know, at that age, they would have more medical care to deal with, right? They would have obligations and not having an income or the capacity to earn an income coming in. So I think that this one is a big one. You're giving them more independence also, which for me is more paramount, right? To just considering the effects really on the economy. But you have to give these people greater independence at that level.
So now let's hear what you have to say.
Well, anything will benefit once you're getting something. Better than none. Half a loaf better than none.
I'm happy to hear that, because I'm telling you, pension is never enough. And unless you have some other source of income, it's not a living wage. So I'm very happy to hear that.
It's like a benefit if we can get that money there for put aside there now. We help it towards either a ticket or something. You know what I say?
Thanks for your views, and thanks to Dr. Stokes and Dennis Chung. Next program, we'll talk about how much easier it is for you to get a skill at any age, as we look at the impact of the removal of fees for Heart NSTA Trust courses up to level 4. That's it for OPM Connect. For more information on what the government is doing to impact your life, follow the OPM and the Prime Minister on all socials at Andrew Holness JM, and on YouTube at Andrew Michael Holness/JM. Look out for OPM Connect online and on your favorite station.
We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, jis.gov.jm. And in the words of Oprah Winfrey, you become what you believe, not what you think or what you want. I'm Audrey Williams. Bye for now.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.